What's going on, guys? This is Gainz Gaming. Today we are talking about archers in Rise of Kingdoms and what are the best archer commanders to invest into in 2024 and beyond. Now, I've been making this series about infantry and about cavs, so if you have not checked out those videos, I'd highly recommend checking those out as well. But let's talk about what the best archers are in 2024 and what I would recommend using for pairings, and also what kind of investments you should look into. Now, we will start off with the number one archer commander in my opinion, and that is going to be Hermann Prime. Now, you might be thinking, if he's the best archer commander in the game, why don't you have him invested into? And that's because I had already invested very heavily into Boudica and Zhuge Liang, the previous meta for archers. Now, with the introduction of Hermann, I did not know whether or not the new cavalry was going to be worth investing into, so I decided not to invest into Hermann until we saw what the new cavs were. Now, with the introduction of Belisarius Prime, I don't think I'm going to be investing into him as of right now unless we see something different with testing. So then that means I will be investing into Hermann Prime for this next upcoming KVK because I do have plenty of gold heads to invest into to max out Hermann Prime. I will be planning on using him with what I think is the best archer march in the game, and that is Hermann Prime and Zhuge Liang. I think this is the best archer march available in 2024 that you are able to use if you are only running one archer march, which personally, I'm only running one archer march. Now we will dive into 2 and 3 marches as well, but first, like I said, the best march for archers if you're running one march is going to be Hermann Prime and Zhuge Liang. I think that is by far the best available option for archers. Now, once you get into 2 marches, that is where we kind of open things up. And it's going to really depend on if you are a rally lead, if you're a garrison, if you're an open field player, because that is going to change the commanders you have available, such as using Ashurbanipal. He is actually very good in the open field as well. I've seen people using him with Henry, I've seen people using him with Boudica, with Hermann Prime, with Zhuge, all over the place. And I think he is a very, very versatile commander that allows you to put him wherever you want. And I think he will trade well wherever you put him. Now, there are obviously other commanders available, such as Boudica Prime, such as YSG, that are still viable in 2024 as well. Obviously not as well as they used to be, but in my opinion, the second best march that you are able to use in 2024 is going to be Henry and Ashurbanipal. And this is because Ashur brings the AoE that Henry needs, and Henry brings the tankiness that you need in the open field. Now, like I said, these are both rally commanders that I think are a little bit harder to get because they're both Mighty's Governor commanders. And a lot of people might be thinking, well, why would you not put Boudica as number 2? And that's because Boudica is she is like the squishiest commander in the game. And honestly, like I said, she is one of the biggest regrets I have in the game of expertising her. But I mean, she is a decent commander, but I think that her meta time was very short lasted. I think she is so easily countered in the game and just so squishy and has like no defense, no health. Once you start attacking her, she melts to the ground. She is dead in seconds. So that is why I bring Boudica way down on my list of what I would invest into going forward. Like if I were to start over, Boudica would not be anywhere close to my radar for a number 1 or number 2 pairings for archers. Now, once you get to 3, I think then you can think about using Boudica. You could use Boudica with Artemisia. You can use Boudica with Tamaris. You can use Boudica with YSG. There are lots of different options you can use. I still like Nebu as well with Boudica. Nebu and Boudica is a pretty decent pairing that I think could be really good as well. Obviously not meta, but still viable in the open field. Now, I think archers are going to be a little bit tougher because, obviously they have no march speed. They are a lot squishier in the open field. They're bigger targets. And so that is why I personally don't really love using archers, but I do think that they do have a lot of viability. And one channel I would highly recommend you check out is actually Archer Syndicate. He's a friend of mine. I've known him for many, many years before he even started doing YouTube. So if you have not followed him or subscribed to him, I would recommend checking him out because he covers everything about archers. He's a full archer main. This is just my take on archers and what I think would be best. Obviously, him being an archer main, he's going to have a lot more information than I do because he's tested out all these different commanders and I think he has every commander here. So I would highly recommend checking him out. But some dark horse commanders that I think could still be good as well are going to be Tamaris. I think with her museum buff and just her poison stacks, I think she is a commander that is still very usable, even though she is a very, very old commander. A lot of people even forget that she exists. Like if you can hide her with a tankier commander like Henry or Ashurbanipal, even though like it's not an amazing pairing, if you can hide her behind someone that people don't want to hit, I think that is a great idea because you can start poisoning things, you can start stacking the poison and just doing so much damage on a march that isn't really going to get hit. Versus like if you put her with Boudica, Boudica is going to get targeted down so frequently because people know she is squishy. People know you can melt Boudica very quickly. Same with Herman Prime. Herman is a must take out commander where it's like, if he's on the field, you need to get him off the field. That's another reason why like I don't love archers, is because they're actually so good that they're so targeted in the open field and they don't stay in the open field very long. Like my archers are always the first commander to go and die because everyone wants them off the field. Like with Zeuge, you need him off the field because he's doing so much damage. Same with like if you're using YSG, they're doing so much damage, you need to get them off the field. And so like personally, I've used Zeuge YSG and I absolutely love it because if it doesn't get targeted, you're doing 5 March AoE with double active skills and like just hitting everybody. Like it's honestly insane. Yes, you're losing out on a ton of March speed and it's like if you get caught, it's gone. Like you can't even run away with it. But you know, you get a lot of kills while it lasts. But honestly, I think using archers that are going to be tankier, so using marches like Henry, like Asher, I think these are good ideas to tie into your open field. Even though they are primarily rally commanders, I do think it's beneficial to use these with open field commanders because they provide the extra tankiness and the health, and just people don't want to attack it because they see it and they're like, oh, that's a rally commander, I don't really want to hit that. And like with Henry, he like punishes you for attacking him. So honestly, like that's what I think about archers. Let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure you guys do check out Archer Syndicate. I think that'd be a good idea if you are looking to get more information about archers. Otherwise, you can send me a message in game or comment down below as well if you have any questions. I'd be happy to make another video on it or answer down below. But thank you guys for checking out the video. Have a great rest of your day.